What's up, everybody? This is Brent Brookhouse. I'm here with All Ego Ethan Page.
Yep.
We're recording a little later than usual tonight, but here we are. We're here. It's good. I'm wearing children's headphones because I couldn't find mine, so I took my daughter's small headphones. So very professional.
Well, I am still wearing the headphones that people complain about the audio, and I'm loving it.
So what's going on with you?
Currently unpacking a SD card as I package up the Alpha One cameras, because tomorrow Alpha One Wrestling is debuting at a convention called Con Bravo in Hamilton, Alpha One's hometown, and I will not be there. So local wrestler Steve Brown is coming to my house. Was supposed to be here much earlier than this, but it's a very Steve Brown move to be late. So that's why we potentially have to pause this, or just listen to me berate him on the podcast.
Oh, that might be good too.
Imagine. No, I don't know if I could do that. I say I don't know if I could do that just because I don't want people to think that that's the way I treat my talent.
Fair enough. So I assume you're not going to be there because of another booking.
Yes, I'm in Cleveland tomorrow for AIW, and it's their big year-end show, Absolution.
And what do you have going on there?
It is myself taking on Matthew Justice for the 10th time.
For the 10th time?
Yes.
All right. Is that a good thing?
You're going to have to wait and see. I'm not going to comment on this match.
Okay.
Yeah.
The intrigue.
Yeah, no comment.
So how's everything else going?
Other than me scrambling to wash my gear, pack my bag, pack my merch, pack the cameras for Alpha One, write the card for Alpha One, write the card for Alpha One on Sunday, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I think we should move this back to Wednesday nights. I feel like you're always in a time crunch. So
yeah, I mean, you're the one that wants to always end them short, so technically you're in a time crunch. Burn.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just got a text from the other room.
Oh.
Okay.
Is that the wife?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. All right. So, yeah, I guess let's do the usual hit up what happened last weekend.
Oh, man, I hate when you do this to me. Even though I know it's coming every single week, it really throws me off because the minute I'm done a show, I've already forgotten about it. Where the hell was I last week? Oh, Glory Pro. That's where I was. And PWA Canada in Guelph, Ontario. And PWA Canada was fun. Monster Mafia had a tag match. Always a good time. And then I had the Saturday off, so I spent that with my wife. And then Sunday drove there and back to St. Louis for Glory Pro, where I wrestled Mance Warner.
All right, quick thoughts on the matches.
Friday I liked a lot. It was fun. There were some things I didn't like. Nothing that I personally did, but and Sunday, same thing.
Okay, that's the in-depth discussion that you come to this podcast for.
Yeah, so there was things I didn't like, and I like the people that I wrestled. So I don't want to talk shit about them, but yeah, they all disappointed me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm showing up here motivated and ready, and come on, when I'm power bombing you, just jump for me a little bit. God damn it. Anyways.
Fair enough. But that wasn't the big news this week was a little video that you got to put out regarding upcoming Black Label Pro show.
Yes. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, so this is exciting. The Troll Boyz
Why
are
is it
back.
exciting for you? Why is it exciting for you? The Troll Boyz are back. This is big, yes. But is it exciting for you for political, independent reasons, or is it exciting for you because you like the Troll Boyz?
No,
Or is it a
it's
bit above?
okay. Well, there's certain things to remember here. I mean, first of all, the first actual like project that you and I did together was you and ACH for the first Another Way to Get Paid. So I've got some like, oh, those are guys that like I have some attachment to. There's also that I enjoyed the act so much in Evolve because it went so far against the usual tone of Evolve.
Yes.
So
it should be interesting to see how it's received elsewhere, because it was booked elsewhere on a show. Me and ACH wrestled in New York City in some random tag match against the Gymnasty Boys. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but
I am.
it was fine. Like, we came out to our music and did our shtick, and the crowd was pretty much like, "Yeah, can you guys just stop and wrestle?" So,
well, I mean, there was some of that in Evolve. I mean, there was
but that was the purpose, though.
right, but I mean,
yeah,
at Flow Slam at the time, I was doing a lot of like teaser videos and promo videos because that was what I was supposed to do. And I was doing a lot of focusing on the Troll Boy stuff because it, for one, was easier to push as like a viral thing than, here's guys doing moves in a match, which, for better or worse, is most of Evolve.
right.
So it was easier to, put out you guys doing things that were offbeat for Evolve. And we would get like this 50-50 feedback of, oh, this is the greatest thing, and then we'd get a lot of people that were like, this is ruining both guys in the team and the guys they're having to wrestle. It's ruining the show. It's doing, but I mean, like you said, the whole point was, I mean, it was a reaction to status in the company, and I mean, ACH's whole thing was being put in opening matches, and that he didn't want it, so you guys were, as the name would imply, trolling.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it worked, but there were also so many people that were annoyed at the concept, I guess. So it is a interesting thing to see like how that's going to play to different crowds.
Well, I think that the crowd's smart enough.
Oh, the Black Label Pro crowd is a good, smart crowd, and also the shows are structured where that kind of stuff works. So I don't think it'll be an issue.
And it's streaming live.
Right, absolutely. And I mean, you guys, so you've only teamed together outside of Evolve that one time then?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so any insight into how this comes together?
Yeah. Black Label Pro Mike was like, "Yo, I want to do Troll Boyz. Think you can make it happen?" And I was like, "Yeah, let me text ACH." And I texted ACH, and I was like, "Yo, AAW might be mad, but can you do me a favor?" And he's like, "Yeah, I don't care." I was like, "Okay." And that was it.
Okay. Is he still champ over at AAW?
Right now, yeah.
Okay, so I'm assuming maybe not after this decision.
Imagine. Oh, I hope that rumor starts. That would be sick.
Because, I mean, here's a lot of people might not know, and I can be the one to talk about it if you don't want to. But first of all, Black Label Pro takes place in Crown Point, which is in Indiana.
Yes, which is not Illinois.
It is not Illinois. But there's this weird thing where, like, people treat Chicagoland as this kind of expansive thing. like where I live in Michigan is just a little bit over the border from Indiana, and we, like right now it's summer, and maybe 30% of the license plates you see around here are Illinois license plates, because everybody with any money from Illinois has vacation houses here. So like our newspaper will refer to this as like the furthest area of Chicagoland, even though we're 2 states away. So then there's strips of Indiana that are also seen, like Valparaiso has some of that. I don't know that much about Crown Point and if people view it like that, but AAW is weirdly protective of the Chicagoland area and any other promotion running there, and basically do not want anyone that works for them to work for any of the other area promotions.
Yeah, it's okay for them to just pick whichever towns they want.
Right. Or I mean, I've
heard... Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I've heard from multiple people that they will also try and swoop in, and this is secondhand. I haven't seen it happen, but I've heard people say, you know, they'll swoop in last minute and say, hey, bail on that booking and we'll put you on our next show, and kind of try and possibly basically fuck over other promotions.
Are you talking about Black Label Pro? Or MJF? Sorry.
I see, that's the thing. I haven't really... I don't know MJF, really, so I haven't heard from him, but I have heard stories of that happening, and he may or may not have been one of the names I've heard pop up.
Oh.
But
it was definitely one of the names I heard.
Yeah. But there's been... and I mean, I'm going off the top of my head here, but when Evolve when they came to Chicago, the night you wrestled Sabre, and then Freelance did a show after. And I remember Suge had tweeted something like, whatever house we go into, we make our house, or something, and then I think it was Danny Daniels, like, got pissy on Twitter about, like, you know, basically these are our homes and stuff. I don't remember the exact phrasing, but it was like,
oh jeez,
it was a weirdly, yeah, it was just a weird defensive thing that's completely unnecessary. And I think I've said it on the show before, but Chicago has a huge, passionate fan base, and unless you guys are running head to head and it's having any impact on your business, who gives a shit? Chicago.
Yeah, I think that his draws were dying a little bit, but they were also transitioning from that super indie that booked every PWG rematch to all those guys getting signed, them realizing that they didn't build up any homegrown talent, and now they're kind of just trying to fix that. And yeah, the draw's going to hurt when you don't have half your stars show up.
Yeah, and I mean...
Can't blame it on someone running an hour and a half away from you with a completely different roster.
Right, and I mean, Black Label Pro, Crown Point to Chicago is not... It's not like a huge drive, but it's not... You know, it's not 5-10 minutes away.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, I would like to think that there's less... I don't know, and I mean, I like... AAW's...
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I had to cut you off here. My friend Steve just showed up. He's collecting the cameras for tomorrow for Alpha One. I'm guiding him to the man cave right now.
Okay. Would you like to pause?
Yeah, we might have to pause this.
All right.
Although I'm a little upset. Not only did he wake up my baby, he did. Why are you whispering? She's awake. I'm just kidding. You didn't wake her up. But we're going to pause. I'm going to hook him up with the cameras, and I'll call you back, friend.
All right.
And I'll also tell my dog to shut up.
How did all that go?
It was a nightmare, man. I'm so sorry. Running events is it's a task in itself.
Yeah, I'd assume, especially if you're not going to be there.
Yeah. It was very stressful.
All right, so what I was saying before you took that break and I sat here watching Val Venus yell about marijuana.
Wow, you couldn't just watch Alpha One on Powerbomb.tv, promo code ALPHA, the number one, to get 20 days for free. Wow, what a dick.
Well, the problem is, it's too good, so once I start, I'm not going to be able to stop and talk to you. I'm just going to want to keep watching the show.
I respect that.
So,
good act answer.
So what I was saying was, like, I enjoy AAW's product. Like, fun shows, good matches, all that, but yeah, business stuff, not so cool. I think that kind of sums it up for me.
Yeah, but that's originally why I left, was pretty much stuff like that. We just butted heads on a lot of stuff. And then I was like, well, I'll find work elsewhere. And
what was it? Was it like attempts to control like where you were working?
A little bit of that. And then it was mostly like I liked knowing what was happening. I'm a very annoying wrestler. We've talked about this, I think, where I personally think that communication is very important. Knowing where storylines go, knowing what your promos is supposed to be about, because like they would just be like, all right, talk about this. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, but where is this going to be in like 2 months? Am I still, just talk about this. Yeah, but I'd like to, no, just cut the promo. Okay. Or I'd text and be like, hey, what's going on with such and such? And he wouldn't get back to me for like 8 days. But if Josh Alexander texted, he'd get back to him in 10 seconds. And then I was like, well, screw this.
All right.
And that's why I left.
That lines up. That works.
But I've obviously been back since. Like, I didn't leave on bad terms. I was just like, yo, me and you are not compatible. Like, I'm a very, like, powerful personality, and I am very passionate. You're very relaxed. We can't do work together well. And that was it.
Well, yeah, and I mean, I would think that, like, knowing where things are going so that you can articulate the right points in a promo helps down the road, because then 2 months later, you've said things that can then be put into, if they're doing a video package or just something that they can bring up on commentary or something that's relevant to what happened, instead of, yeah, he talked a bunch of shit.
Yeah, but you're dumb. What do you know?
I don't know anything.
I joke. But, yeah, so that was my frustration. And I don't work there anymore, so not as frustrated.
Right on. So I've got some other stuff to get to, but just quick thoughts on all the Matt Riddle talk.
Oh, yeah. Good for him.
Yeah. Good for him. I'm curious what Evolve looks like, after Lee and Riddle and Sabre. Those are some big hits.
Oh, they're going to keep running shows?
Well, I mean, they brought in Janela. I think that was the big move.
And Strickland's there.
Yeah, Strickland's there.
I would say those are the only ones I pay attention to.
And then there's some sort of Dickinson-Williams loser leaves town thing, but I don't imagine that's... what do I know? Maybe that is sticking. I don't know.
You never know, man. It could.
Yeah, because stuff's happening where, WWE has like 1 million people under contract now, so you never know. Maybe something happened.
My favorite thing was, and it'd be great if you could pull it up because I don't want to butcher it, but Matthew from Botchamania tweeted out, you better buy your favorite independent wrestler's t-shirt now because it'll save you money when it's an expensive t-shirt on www.shop.com.
Oh, yeah, I like when I really wanted to get my
Space Monkey?
Kevin Steen Zoo Enthusiast shirt way too late. Like, it became such a hard find for a decent price.
Really?
Oh yeah. Like once he couldn't officially sell it anywhere, then it's just a pain in the ass. To save this was Matthew's tweet. To save money on expensive WWE shirts, simply buy your current favorite indie wrestler's shirt and wait the 2 months it'll take for them to get signed.
Like, that's so good. Dude, when I first started wrestling, the thought of getting signed by WWE was like, what? That's a little crazy. Now it's like, hey, did you hear so-and-so got signed? Yeah, okay.
Well, yeah, and we had this conversation really early in the show where, like, now it's also, the landscape has changed so much that now there's thought that goes into, do I take a WWE contract?
Right, and I would say 9 times out of 10 people do.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time they do, but, I mean, it no longer has to be I'm definitely doing it, because you can make a decent living not going that route.
Sure, and people have proven that. Not unintentionally, because, I mean, I obviously knew what I was doing and saying, but I got into it with a gentleman last night by the name of Rip Rogers.
Oh yeah, I wanted to bring that up. So good segue.
Yeah, go ahead. Did you pull the tweet up?
I'm scrolling through your timeline to get to it now. Because I had closed it to find the Matthew tweet. I gotta do more than one tab. But I mean, Rogers basically said, here it is. Okay. If you've been at this for at least 5 years and haven't worked at any WWE as an extra or had a tryout, you need to reevaluate your strategy to land a job. Toss aside that ego and get back to work with class, seminars, camps, invest in yourself, leave no stone unturned. And then your response was, didn't know wrestling careers had a specific timeline. I guess we're all the same. Shrug emoji.
Yeah, I've been enjoying that shrug emoji a lot lately.
It's a good one. It comes in handy.
So what's your thoughts on that? You don't need to hear mine. Obviously, I already tweeted them.
Well, I mean, for starters, Eric Cannon's response to yours made a lot of sense. Shit, 5 years in, how many young wrestlers are even prepared in ring or mentally for such things? Safe bet, not many. I definitely wasn't.
Yeah, I wasn't either. I think that I had my first extra talent when I was 7 years in, and it was still overwhelming. And then it also became a reality that doing extra talent work kind of just means nothing.
Right. I mean, there's the extra talent stuff. Then there's also the huge potential downsides of signing a deal before you're ready, like beyond the extra talent stuff,
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure.
Especially with the amount of guys that they have under contract, you might just lose a couple years of your career sitting in a performance center and obviously learning, which is great. But, if you're not getting any exposure, then once they cut you loose, you don't have any buzz or anything.
Yeah. I mean, you saw that happen to a lot of guys. Look what happened to Juice Robinson.
Yeah, absolutely. And he actually had time, on camera.
Right.
So
I don't know. It's a unique thing that I don't think has one specific avenue that's right or wrong. And I refuse to be told there's only one way to do pro wrestling.
Well, also, okay, let's see. Keith Lee's beginning of in-ring career, February 2005.
Yeah.
So he didn't have his shit together until this year? Is that the deal?
No, he's saying to get a tryout or extra work, which I'm going to be completely honest with you and our listeners. I've wrestled some of the shittiest wrestlers on earth. And again, this is just my opinion. And they've had WWE tryouts, and they've had extra talent. So, like, I don't think that that's like a barometer for success.
Well, no, okay, and the guy has become like a thing, but Ellsworth, when he was brought in to just do a quick job to Strowman, it's not like he was brought in because, oh, this is one of the guys that, like, is tearing shit up and we need to get this guy, you know, we need to get this guy some extra work, see how he handles it. He was brought in as a dude, and then he just had a weird look and, you know, is better than I think anybody could have expected at that role. But it's not like, you know, and he was a guy, I think, who was looking for, you know, that extra role or whatever, so maybe a little different. But Rip also responded to you with just trying to help those that want to be an extra or get a possible tryout. All companies go back and forth. He's too young, he's over 40, depends who's in charge.
Oh, he replied to me?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I have it muted, so I had no idea.
That's the old respond and mute?
No. I have had it muted for a while, but I saw Joey Ryan quote tweet somebody saying he blocked me, so blah blah blah, and I was like, ooh, I wonder who he's talking about. And then I clicked it, and then it took me to Rip's gimmick, his Twitter, and I was like, oh my god, this tweet just hurt my face. And then that's when I tweeted if anyone tells you there's only one way to do something, then stop asking them for advice.
Yeah, I mean, especially now.
I just think in any way, like, there is, like, if someone's not willing to learn from you while teaching, like, the biggest lesson you'll ever learn in wrestling is that you never stop learning. But I guess some people never learn that. Or drew a dime, or succeeded. But, I mean, who am I to say? I'm just a jabroni making DVDs to sell at the show on Sunday.
Fair enough. And, I mean, it's just such a weird idea that in modern wrestling that there's a specific way that you should do things, and if you haven't done it, then you need to reevaluate.
I feel like that whole stigma is like dead. The whole like cookie cutter pro wrestler, you need abs, you need to be 6'2", you need a tan. Like, that's, I think, gone.
No, let's be real. Wrestlers are shrinking.
Yeah, man. I am a giant.
Right. I mean, there are so many guys that when you see them in person, you're like, oh, all right. That's not what I thought. I mean, not that anybody ever thought that, you know, Michael Elgin was actually a tall guy or anything, but when you see him in person, that is a short man.
Yeah, but he's also big. Like,
oh, he's big. He's strong as all hell and everything, but, like, you know, a lot of even the power guys now aren't gigantic.
Yeah. I don't know. I always get the opposite, where people assume that I'm smaller.
Yeah, I could see that.
Which I think is super weird.
I think it's just because you don't... I think there's a big association with, like, big guys on the indies do all kinds of...
Oh, power moves and stuff?
Yeah, like, and big ol' head-dropping power moves and shit like that.
Yeah, I'm not really like a Saito suplex guy.
No, you're, like, you busting out those power bombs a lot more lately.
Yeah, man.
So...
I'm a growing boy.
So we had something specific that I was supposed to bring up last week that I
What
didn't.
was that? Oh, I know where he's... Yeah, except you brought it up in your effing article and didn't even name drop me.
You got a tweet in there. You're in the article.
I am the reason that this is resurfacing. This is not a, wow, what a resurgence of EWR. No, it's all because of me.
Oh, shit. I thought I was talking to Ethan, not Ricky Shane.
Oh, my God. It is not about him. I was texting him pictures of my EWR that I was playing because he's a fan as well. And I was like, yo, check this out, blah, blah, blah. And then he tweeted out, which, by the way, I already tweeted out a screenshot of something that got like 400 likes because it was EWR. You know what? No. It was all because of me.
Okay, see, I don't think I ever saw your first one. I saw Ricky tweet it, and then you said something about playing it on a Mac, which I was that morning, so I tweeted out the instructions, and that has been a good and bad thing in that I've had to walk a lot of people through doing it. But I just assumed that you wanted in because he was already in.
Oh my god, I am so mad. I've been playing this fucking game for the last 15 years of my life. Hold on. Here was my tweet. Goodbye life, hello EWR. Batista has signed a contract with Ring of Honor. 448 likes.
Okay, I just never saw it. So I think in that article, Ricky gets all the credit. You got a tweet in there, though. Don't worry.
Bullshit.
And I don't run the Twitter, so it's not like I was tagging anybody in it. So EWR is Extreme Warfare Revenge. It is a wrestling sim where you just, take a promotion and you book it and sign people and manage your own promotion. It is.
Yeah, you can do open contracts. You could do written contracts. You have to worry about your sponsorships. You have to get your own television deal. You have to re-sign your television deal. You have to keep your talent happy. You have to keep enough medical staff on. There's a lot of nuance about the game that I really like, and I'm gonna answer this now because people are gonna be tweeting this at me. I don't give a shit about TWE or TEW. I tried it. It's way too detailed. I don't care about your new age bullshit. I'm an old man that plays old games. Leave me alone.
Yeah, and TEW has had multiple releases. It's by the same guy who made EWR. Now, back in the day...
Adam Ryland?
Yeah, Adam Ryland. Now, back in the day, EWR was free, which meant... For starters, oh yeah, it still is, but I'm just saying when that was the new thing, it was free, which I think for starters it had to be because it had all the actual promotions and wrestlers in it.
Yeah.
Now he charges for all the different TEWs. I think a new one comes out every 3 years or so, and I've also played them. The most recent was 2016, and I like them okay, but it does take... You have to book your shows to the minute, and it's very realism, but I'm also having to book a show to the minute, but I'm not allowed to take into consideration commercial breaks, so if I have a 2-hour show, I have to book two straight hours of time, and it's too much work. It's not...
Dude, EWR is too much work.
Right, EWR is at the very end of if I'm gonna stick with something. TEW I'll break out every now and then and I'll play it a little bit. You have to download, mods to get actual wrestlers or whatever because it comes with a fantasy universe because you can't sell something with, actual people in it.
Right.
But the thing is, this EWR came out 17 years ago. And people have continually updated the rosters. So, every month people put out, a new month updates with where people are signed, if people are injured, what everybody's status is when you take over. More and more people get added to it. More and more promotions get added to it. So, you've got all of that happening. There's also, you can get versions to play that are, that start in January 1985 or during the Monday Night Wars or, any period you could possibly want. So it's whatever you want to do, you get to run a promotion on your computer and stress over it way too much and get mad if you're not big enough to sign written contracts and WWE comes and poaches your talent, or if Stokely Hathaway is constantly having low morale for some fucking reason.
Because he's a little bitch.
That
He's a
guy's
little drama queen.
That guy's a pain in the ass. So you are an old school, like, played this when it came out guy then?
Yeah, when it first came out. Like, I was, like, in depth. Like, I've run 1,000 promotions into the ground. I've beaten WWE 1,000 times. I used to work for my dad. He was, like, a manager at some fucking construction place. And he got me a job pretty much scanning blueprints. And I would do 2 blueprints a day. I'd say the thing got jammed, and I would play EWR for 8 hours straight.
Yeah.
And just eat subs like a fat fuck, which is pretty much, yeah, it's probably why I'm fat. Thanks, EWR.
I would, I managed a help desk, like an IT help desk, and I would sit there while my staff worked and just answer emails while I played EWR. Working from home, that's been a whole issue. If there was ever a point where this made its way to mobile, my life would be over.
See, I wish it did, because I would only play on the road.
Yeah, that might actually be a good thing.
Yeah, and it's creative. Like, you could do it in the car with everyone. Like, yo, you think we should sign such and such, or what do you think about this feud? You know, it'd be fun.
Yeah, and then you could, like back in the day, you'd send the file back and forth with friends and, you know, book shit together. There was all kinds of stuff you could do.
Yeah, so are we going to talk about our current promotions and games? Because I think I'll keep playing if we could keep talking about it.
That sounds good. I just picked it back up again.
Okay.
So I'm starting from scratch because I have actually switched from my Mac back over to working on my Windows laptop primarily. So I had to reinstall it on my Windows PC. So I'm pretty much starting from scratch. I'm doing kind of the cop-out version of using MLW. Because you start...
Why is that a cop-out?
Okay. Because I feel like if I'm really playing, I'm supposed to start with a promotion that doesn't have TV.
Oh.
Like, I want to earn my TV, and then I want to earn my pay-per-view, and then I want to build it up like that. So it feels a little like cheating to jump right into a promotion that has TV. But, I mean, the immediate thing that you run into, or at least that I run into with MLW on the most recent one, is that they're in a primetime TV slot, which you can do for a week before the network is like, your ratings are shit, we're moving you to Graveyard.
Which is fine, then you work your way up from Graveyard.
Right, so I feel a little better. Like, I'm already bumped from Graveyard to Late Night, so moving in the right direction here.
Okay. How long, like, how deep are you in the game? It starts 2018.
Starts 2018. Or August 2018 is when it starts. I am in October.
Oh, okay. So you haven't played that long.
No.
Okay. So when you tweeted out the update, that's when I downloaded the newest version. I decided to go with Ring of Honor, and I gutted the whole roster. I signed who I wanted to written contracts. I signed Batista. I signed The Rock. I signed Hulk Hogan. I signed The Undertaker to all open contracts so that I could pay them $200,000 to do special appearances on my big events and pay-per-views. And I think you start off at like midway through Cult as Ring of Honor.
I will actually pull that up as we're talking because I've got it open here. Let's see, Ring of Honor is a 78 image, size is Cult.
Yeah, okay, so that's what I started off as. Gutted the roster, pretty much fired everyone that has Japanese what's it called, commitments.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. It's like you fired anyone that's Japanese.
No, that has like, you know what I'm saying? Because the guys that have commitments to Japan.
Right, because there's nothing worse than planning for a show and then you go to run it and you've got like 8 guys missing.
Yeah. Oh, Kenny Omega is in New Japan today. And it's just like, yeah, okay, cool. That's my television champ or whatever. No big deal. So that's where I'm at. That's where I started. And where I'm at right now is 90% national. So I'm 10% away from going global. I'm the number 2 promotion in the world. And I have, hold on, I have to pull this up because I sent this to Ricky today and it was so funny. So my big thing is I keep texting Ricky, I'm coming for you, Vince. And I will send him screenshots of me taking WWE talent for like way too much money. So right now, the Ring of Honor champ is Brock Lesnar, and he's feuding with Cesaro. So I had to poach both of those guys. So on their way is Chris Jericho, Daniel Bryan, Sheamus, Xavier Woods, EC3, Adam Cole, Elias, Braun Strowman. I've already taken Cesaro, obviously. I took from WWE. Who else did I take? Oh, man, this is killing me. I'm so sorry. Obviously, Brock Lesnar was a big one. I took William Regal, but he retired before he actually showed up, so that was kind of a waste. Man. But I would say Shelton Benjamin, scooped him. Chad Gable, scooped him. And I'm paying these guys way too much. But I'm also profiting, so as long as I'm making money, that's the owners are happy.
Yeah, I mean, and there are. How far in are you? First of all, what's the date?
It is like May of 2020.
Oh yeah, I've gotten.
No, July.
I've gone, 10+ years, multiple times.
And I've been offered to run other companies, but I am just turning them all down because my goal is to go all the way to global, run a global company for a year, then leave and start my own promotion and see which wrestlers will come with me.
And, I mean, there are obvious issues with a game that's 17 years old.
Well, yeah.
One is that there's only so much, computer, AI logic, whatever, because you will start and don't sign anybody. If you start outside of WWE, don't sign anybody. Just go forward a day or two.
Yeah, because everyone is getting released. But there are people that you should sign right off the bat because other companies, if you let's say you forget. Dude, right? So the problem I'm having right now is that there's too many popular promotions. So when I go to other workers and I search for people that have overness level over 70 out of 100, there's legitimately 0 wrestlers.
Oh, wow.
None. 0. Legit 0. Because House of Hardcore is in the top 5. Lucha Underground is in the top 5. There was another promotion that started called ECW2. That one's in the top 5. And if you look at their top stars, one promotion's top star is Nikki Bella, but because it goes off of data, right? So if you want to play the game mathematically, you'll probably win a lot more, which I play mathematically sometimes. In a sense that, so let's say I signed Ricky Shane Page. He has a good brawling stats. I think it's 75, which is high. If you put him in a match with Matt Tremont, which he has good brawling stats, you might get an in the ring of 90 to 100. So if you build up their overness, which both of them are at 95 overness for me, I'm only paying them $10,000 a month. because I signed them to 3 years when they were nothing.
But that's also, I mean, that's not such a crazy idea. Like, it's not that different than what anyone would like to do with a real promotion. You put guys in with guys that they'd work with. You would like to make your guys more over time, and you'd like to sign them to a contract where you don't have to pay them a shitload of money.
No. But what I'm saying is, like, I'm okay with this because I know Matt and I know Ricky. So for me, it's like, cool, right? Like, I'm getting my friends over in a video game. But if you're talking about, like, these guys that I've never heard of, like, I might get in trouble for this, but there's a dude in the game called Turbo, and he has 6 stats. Like, when you used to play the game back in the day, you'd sign a guy named, like, Black Dragon, and he would have, like, 99 speed, and you'd put him in the ring with another guy with good speed, and you'd have killer matches. But at the end of the day, you don't know who the hell this guy is. So you're, like, building up this, like, stranger's overness. It's not as fun. Whereas I know Brock Lesnar's wrestling Cesaro in my main event with Hulk Hogan as the special guest referee because I have him to a written contract, so I better use him. It's like fun for me. You know what? I'm going to see if I have some of my pay-per-views that I've run. Because I'm, like I said, I would send Ricky screenshots of all of this stuff. So there's pictures, backlogging all this. And so like let's take a look.
Right. Your first month, or maybe first 6 months on the game before it settles into like what your world is going to look like is real weird. Because like right now, let's see, Becky Lynch is unemployed. Charlotte Flair is unemployed. You know, they like WWE purged their women's division for some reason. And, you know, a bunch of other talented guys. But then after you've played for a while and promotions are getting big enough to sign these people, then shit gets real wild.
Yeah, like right now where there's 0 people that aren't signed. 0.
Or where people are watching House of Hardcore.
Oh, that was really mean.
I don't mean it that way. They do their thing.
Why did you say it?
Okay, maybe I did mean it that way.
Oh my god. That was so mean for no reason. Anyways, I'm going to text Tommy Dreamer right now. Okay, let's look through this. So I'm just looking through screenshots that I sent Ricky. All right, so here's my final. This is my first final battle pay-per-view. I got 85% overall rating, which is pretty damn good. Here's the card. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Rich Swann and Cedric Alexander in a tag team called Orlando Heat.
Okay.
No laugh at all? For Harlem Heat?
I mostly got confused for a second because of NBA teams, the Orlando Magic and the Miami Heat.
Oh my god.
So I went to the sports place.
Harlem Heat, Orlando, anyways. They're like a legit sweet tag team. I get emails from Sophie every day saying that they have good chemistry. Anyways, so Swan.
If you're still listening and don't know anything about this game, Sophie is your personal assistant in the game.
Yeah, and she does a great job. She gives me all the advice. Anyway, so Sophie, the lovely lady, she's very happy. Anyway, so what the hell? What match is this? Oh no, they didn't tag. This is a 4-way. Swan beat Alexander, Matt Sydal, and Evans. Who's Evans?
Like Jack Evans?
Oh, that's who it is. Jack Evans, yeah. Then Hawkins and Ryder beat the Bullet Club of Adam Page and Cody. Tommaso Ciampa beat Apollo Crews. Ethan Page beat Tommy Dreamer, obviously. There was a video involving Mysterio and Rob Van Dam for their feud. Rey Mysterio beat Rob Van Dam for the Ring of Honor World title. Interview with Steve Austin. Interview with The Rock. The Rock beat Steve Austin. And then, oh my god! And then I sent Ricky a screenshot of me in the minus $5 million. And then I sent him a screen. I'm just going through all my screenshots. Then I sent him a screenshot of all of my feuds going on, which are, this was a little while back, Pentagon versus Rey Mysterio, Sami Callihan versus Too Cold Scorpio, Ethan Page versus The Rock, Ruby Riott versus Charlotte Flair, Tommaso versus Apollo. Let's keep going. Oh, I was so happy that I signed Jeff Hardy. So I sent that to him. I had to give him creative control to get him to sign to a written contract and leave WWE. I sent him a picture of me signing him, Ricochet and Page. Johnny Impact did not show up for a public appearance that we had scheduled for him, so I put my cursor over top of fire and sent a screenshot of that. And then here's another pay-per-view. Man, my cards are so good. Like, give me $1 bajillion and just let me run wrestling shows. Oh, this is so good. Sami Callihan beat Too Cold Scorpio. Aries and Matt Sydal beat the Motor City Machine Guns. Look at me, man. I'm bringing people back together. Charlotte beat Ruby Riott. Tommaso beat Apollo. Red Dragon beat Hawkins and Ryder. The Rock cut a promo on me. I beat The Rock. Video package involving Pentagon and Rey Mysterio. Pentagon became champion.
Look at you putting yourself over The Rock.
Yeah, of course. I literally did that to send a picture just to Ricky.
All right, so...
yeah, go ahead if you have a question. Oh, then, yeah, Orlando Heat. That's a sweet tag team. And then I sent him a picture of me from the financial department emailing me saying, "Good work, Chief. Our money is increasing nicely." So I turned around that $5 million negative. Then I sent a screenshot of Kurt Hawkins refusing to take a sick bump in a ladder match. And then this is my favorite one. I offered a buyout Combat Zone Wrestling. And you have two options when you're trying to buy out another company in the game, which is a really funny thing to do. It's kind of pointless unless it's like a big competitor, which you'll never have enough money to buy them out. But it's just like a power thing. So CZW was an option to buy out, and there's two options. There's complete takeover. With a complete takeover, you pay off all debts of the company. You get all of their wrestlers, titles, and stables under your control. So I would have all of their roster under contract. I'd have their belts. They'd be active. I'd have all that stuff. Corporate destruction. With corporate destruction, you buy up the entire company, then close it, making all contracts null and void. And that's what I did. I just put them out of business. Joey Ryan is very upset about being sent to developmental.
That's who you're feuding with over on this side, by the way.
Oh, me and Joey Ryan? That's a good one.
Yeah.
And then I signed Brock Lesnar. I signed Abyss from Impact. I signed Carl Anderson, Matt Hardy, Pete Dunne. Yeah, man, I'm killing it.
All right.
Yeah, so I got the Hardys. I've got a feud with Matt Riddle and David Starr. Brock Lesnar and Hulk Hogan feuded, but Hulk Hogan complained about Brock Lesnar being stiff. It's a lot of fun. This game's the best. Anyways, so that's what's going on right now with my EWR. Currently, Austin Aries hates working for me. Tommy Dreamer hates working for me. And they are refusing to perform. This is not good.
Yeah, that seems like that's a real issue with your roster.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go out, get EWR, tweet us about what you're doing, because it's a lot of fun. And it's almost as fun to hear what other people are doing.
Yeah, because there's so many options in the game. Like, just you hearing that, like, I did a pay-per-view main event for Ring of Honor. It was The Rock and Hulk Hogan against Batista and The Undertaker.
Which is the most un-Ring of Honor thing ever.
Un-Ring of Honor thing ever. And way too expensive. Like, if you're talking about running a business, I am the dumbest person. But, hey, it takes money to make money. And you got to spend it to make it, which is what I've done. because I am number 2 in the world.
All right, so do you have other, like, from back in the day, nerdy wrestling things? Like,
Other than EWR?
yeah, like, okay, I'm a dude who, when I was, like, a young teenager, probably, like, 13, 14, was doing, like, E-Feds.
What's an E-Fed?
That is where basically it was on like a message board and you just wrote promos about the other people in the E-Fed. You like described your wrestler and wrote promos, and then the person who was running it would write out like shows and what happened, and whoever wrote the best promos would win.
Oh, I think I've done or seen that before, but I gave up on it quick. No, my big thing when I was a kid was 2 things. I'd run my own wrestling figure fed, and I would write down everything that happened in a note on my laptop. And that started when I was like 13 and stopped when I was like 22. And it continued. And every time I'd buy a new figure, it'd be like a new guy got signed, and like title history would be there. And I did the exact same thing with the Royal Rumble game for Sega Genesis. I ran my own like promotion. I made title matches. Obviously, like they didn't have the graphics for it and stuff like that. But yeah, so I did that for like 6 months, and I got to a point where I would simulate the matches instead of playing. So, like, I didn't pick who won. I just booked it.
Yeah, that was always good. I did a lot of the like No Mercy on the Nintendo 64. That was the go-to. Doing that. Absolutely backyard wrestling.
Oh yeah, well that's I don't know, that's pretty much a guarantee.
Yeah,
for everyone from our age group.
All right, worst injury in a backyard fed you were in?
Nothing. I was the biggest bitch ever.
I'm not asking yours. Did anyone else in...
Oh, yeah. People got busted open. Dude threw a stop sign at a guy's head like a Frisbee once.
Yeah, I didn't really have too much bad happen to me. I took a flaming stick to the head.
I was going to say, one guy got lit on fire.
I definitely cheated. Like, I had wet down my hair, put on a wet baseball hat so that I wasn't going to catch on fire.
Look at you. You know, like the movie star stunts.
Yeah, and then we, one of our backyard guys went on to wrestle in Ring of Honor.
Who's that?
Christian Abel died.
Oh,
died
yeah, he
a couple
passed
years
away.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so sad.
Yeah, he was
very nice guy.
Our high school backyard fed.
Yeah, he's a very cool dude too.
Yeah, super nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All that old school nerd goodness. We definitely
good time.
Tape Machines on Twitter. He was in our backyard fed. He chokeslammed like our littlest guy in the backyard fed off a picnic table, and the guy tried to break his fall by putting his arm down, and that definitely snapped.
Broke his arm.
Oh yeah, absolutely broke his arm. I wrestled a guy who had been passing out a bunch just in his day-to-day life, and during the match he just stopped responding, and it took like 15 minutes to wake him up. We were dumb kids.
Yeah, that's what you do in backyard wrestling.
Absolutely. Okay, yeah, EWR. Good stuff.
Yeah, that chewed up our entire podcast.
As well
hopefully
it should.
I hope people enjoy it as much as us.
Yeah, I think if you've played any like EWR, even TEW, like you at least know what we're talking about, and if it's all you know, like there's a generation of kids that's all they know is TEW.
That's true. There was another one before EWR that I played that it might have been Torch, something Torch.
Yeah, I don't know. There was Zeus was a big one. TNM7 was the other one that my group was really into.
And then there was another one where you like picked if you wanted to be WWA or something else. Maybe that's the Torch one I'm talking about. Yeah, there was a couple though, but EWR was the number one.
Yeah, I mean, EWR was a big one. We were big on TNM7 in our group, which was like, it's DOS based. My hard drive crashed like years and years and years ago, and when I emailed the guy about my license so that I could download it again, he couldn't find me in the database, so I went a very, very long time, like 13, 14 years without playing it, and then I tweeted at the guy the other day about that happening, and he just sent me a working version. So
no way.
Yeah, so I'm back with a thing that's not even really a thing anymore. That one was good because you could book it, or you could just let it decide the results. So if you so like you did with the video games, if you just decided you wanted to just see what happened and then book around the results, that was always an option.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you plug your shit and we'll get out of here.
Sounds good to me. Follow me on Twitter @officialego. Follow me on Instagram @official_ego. I know, it's annoying. Anyways, check out Alpha One Wrestling on powerbomb.tv. Everything from 2018 is already up, and right now they're giving away a show for free. You literally don't even need to put a credit card in. You could just watch our latest show called Battle by the Big Apple with Monster Mafia Tag Team Action, Dr. Dan versus Bushwhacker Luke. That's right. That's a real match that happened. Ricky Shane Page versus Shane Saber. Gregory Iron, Space Monkey, all in action. It was an awesome show. You can watch it for free. Go to powerbomb.tv, go to the Alpha One, and the latest show, there'll be a tag on it that says free. Check it out. It's worth it. ProWrestlingTees.com/Ethan Page. I uploaded a new design. It is essentially my Spider-Man gear. So you wear my butt on your chest for only $19.99. And I will have it at live events. So check out the merch table, and I'll be there. I also have the new sit-down interview for High Spots available with Swoggle on DVD, so grab that too. And tomorrow I'm headed to Cleveland for AIW, but if you're in Hamilton, Ontario, make sure you check out Alpha One Wrestling at Con Bravo. That's what we did all the camera stuff for today, and had to pause the podcast. I'm very sorry. Then Saturday I'll be at Con Bravo doing a panel and Q&A at 1:30. If you want to check that out, just go to the Alpha One Twitter. It's in the pictures and stuff. And then Sunday, the big Alpha One Purge show in Hamilton, Ontario. No rules. The entire show is hardcore. Check it out. Monster Mafia in a 2 out of 3 falls. 3 stages of hell match.
All right. Hey, before I do my quick plug and we get out of here, quick 30-second thoughts on the name Dominic Dijakovic.
Honestly, they'll probably end up dropping the last name, and he'll just be called Dominic in like 2-3 years.
In which case, just let him be Dijak. As in, his entire name is Dijak.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
All right. Anyway, I am at Brent Brookhouse on Twitter. You can follow my writing at Cageside Seats, where I do a daily column, including this week writing about EWR, which is why Ethan got mad at me, because he didn't get the credit for starting this whole thing again. That said, follow them. They are the good people who make this podcast possible. You can listen to the podcast on there. If you're listening on iTunes or Stitcher, make sure you rate and review the podcast. It helps us out a lot. And that's it for this week. So I am going to go spend the rest of the night playing EWR.
Have fun. Make sure you push me and give me a raise and put all the belts on me and keep me happy.
I'm going to keep you right in that mid card.
Yeah, until I start getting over. Good luck, bro.
All right, later.
See you.